5 warning signs that a child has mental health problems. According to the World Health Organization, 10 to 20% of all children and adolescents in the world experience some sort of mental disorder. WHO estimates that half of all these illnesses in mental health start at age 14, and if they go unnoticed and untreated, it can unravel into something much more serious in adulthood. However, it is important to note that the exponential increase in childhood mental illness has been related to overdiagnosis. WHO estimates that as many as 2 out of every 10 children suffer from mental disorders, and that the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, states that the top 5 mental disorders in children aged 3 to 17 are ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, behavioral or personality disorder, anxiety, depression, and autism and/or autism spectrum disorder. As parents, guardians, or teachers, there are some warning signs that can be indicative of mental health disorders, and when caught early, some of these disorders can be treated and dealt with. Keep watching to find out what these warning signs are. Before we begin this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more daily tips like this, and turn on notifications so you never miss our new videos. Number 5. Bullying. According to WHO, children who get easily aggravated by school or peer pressures might have an underlying mental health disorder. Often, children who are developing a mental disorder will make excuses not to go to school or study. While bullying is still the #1 issue in schools these days, bullying has become a severe threat to a child's mental health. If a child is bullied, it can severely affect their self-esteem. A child who is bullied may not want to go to school and may develop trust issues with people later on in life. Kids who are bullies may also not tell their parents or others about the bullying they are experiencing. They are often silent about it. This can severely affect their mental health and lead them to developing more issues in the future if they do not get the help they need. Number 4. Constant worry. Children who are constantly worried all the time might be indicative of an anxiety disorder. As one mother put it, Ella was a worrier. Every morning, she worried that she wouldn't make the bus on time, even though she hadn't missed the bus once all year. And every afternoon, she worried that she wouldn't get her favorite spot at the lunch table, or that she might have a pop quiz in science class and she wouldn't be prepared. At a young age, children should be carefree and worry-free. So if a child is constantly displaying signs of anxiety, it may be an anxiety disorder. When children are young, they should not be feeling anxiety or paranoia. A child who is constantly worrying may be exhibiting early signs of mental health problems. If you notice that a child is unusually worried about things which children really shouldn't have to feel worried about, you may want to watch and observe to see if they display any other common warning signs of mental health problems. Keep watching, because after we fill you in on the top warning signs that a child may have mental health issues, we'll also tell you about some symptoms of depression that adults can experience. Number 3. Early depression. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illness, approximately 1 in every 5 teenagers deals with depression, and 8% of all teenagers deal with major depressive disorder. Dr. Charles Raisin, who is a professor of psychiatry at the University of Arizona College of Medicine, says that parents should take note and intervene whenever their child showcases depressive or withdrawn behavior. Dr. Raisin says that when parents think they don't seem like themselves anymore, that should be a red light. If the behavior persists for 2 to 3 weeks, it should be brought to the attention of a health professional. Number 2. Drug use. According to the National Institute on Drug Abuse for Teens, 70% of all high school kids have tried alcohol, and another 40% has smoked or used tobacco, and another 20% admitted to having used prescription drugs. Using and abusing drugs and/or alcohol can make the symptoms of mental health disorder worse and can lead to deterioration of one's health. Number 1. Poor performance in school. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, 4 of 5 adolescents in every classroom may be suffering from some form of serious mental illness. Mental illness will then have an adverse effect on their academic careers. Columbia University states that mental health disorders can cause a lack of self-esteem, difficulty concentrating, poor performance in reading, writing, and math, frequent absenteeism, repeating grades, and repeated disciplinary problems. Now that you know what warning signs to look for that a child may have mental health issues, here are some more general symptoms that an adult may experience if he or she is suffering from depression. Bad physical appearance. When someone is depressed, they stop caring about themselves. They want to be alone, avoid all social interaction, and in some cases, ignore their physical appearance. They have so much on their mind that they can't be bothered to care about how they look. This can also lead to an untidy living space as well. A dip in productivity. Dealing with depression on its own is an uphill battle. Trying to focus on daily tasks and depression can feel impossible at times. They will feel extremely tired, and they'll forget things they wouldn't normally forget. The bottom line is they feel helpless from the moment they get up in the morning until right when they go to bed. Negative energy. Someone who is suffering from hidden depression will want to talk about life every chance they get. Unfortunately, their dialect is very negative, vague, and abstract. They won't talk about life in a positive way and will often lash out at their bad luck. The best way to help is to try to get them to speak about the positive things in their life. Negative thoughts always draw negative energy, but if someone can find some good in their life and they focus only on that, it could be a game changer. Excuses, excuses, excuses. The easiest way to cover up depressed feelings is to make excuses. Someone suffering from hidden depression will make up an emotional story about why they can't attend an event. They do this to avoid bothering anyone with their emotional condition. No reaction. Depression can really exhaust the mind. In some cases, it will numb your feelings and paralyze all reactions. You might start to agree with everyone, no matter what the situation is. You might stop noticing insults, especially when they're directed at you. In some cases, you might not feel pain when it should be felt, like when a relative passes away. Psychosomatic pain. Those who are suffering from depression will often complain about pain in their feet, hands, heart, and legs. They also have difficulties breathing, but once they go for a routine checkup, they're completely healthy in most cases. The pain that they're feeling is due to the unstable condition that they have. This pain starts to cause tension and anxiety, and their mind cannot comprehend that they're completely fine. In turn, this leads to psychosomatic pain. Obsessive thoughts. Depression will often lead people to obsess over certain things. They are certain that they're looking for answers to their problems through these thoughts, but in actuality, they're just digging themselves a deep hole. This is one of the easiest symptoms of hidden depression to spot. A person who constantly speaks about the same thing and doesn't act could be suffering from obsessive thoughts. Society often makes the mistake of defining depression as a change of mood or weakness. But it's much more than that. It's a serious medical condition that possesses many emotional and physical emotions. Depression makes a simple day seem impossible. Not only are you dealing with work-related stress, but you're also dealing with your own personal stress. This can make daily tasks extremely difficult to complete. If you or anyone you know may be experiencing mental health issues, it is crucial to seek the help you or they need as soon as possible. It is never something you should be ashamed of. There are millions of people around the world who suffer from mental health issues. So just remember, you're not alone. Have you ever dealt with depression? Or do you know anyone who has ever dealt with mental health issues? What symptoms or signs did you notice or experience? Let us know in the comment section below. Enjoyed this video? Hit the like button and share with your friends. Also, subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.